Hello again, and welcome to the next installment of the Star Fox 64 Playlog playthrough. We're moving on to Meteo now, the second level of the easy route. And you can tell which route you're going on based on the path that you leave on the Lilat system map. If it's blue, it's going to be easy. If it's yellow, it's going to be a medium sort of stage. And if it's red, it's considered a hard stage. And so we got the Great Fox moving through an asteroid belt, and we got a whole bunch of meteors just ominously approaching Corneria. Thank God they'll probably burn up in the atmosphere, otherwise that would be a whole new game to worry about. And a whole new problem. Alright, so we saved up the bombs for a reason, and now it's time to start using it to clear up the asteroids. As you can see, when they go off, they have an area of effect sort of thing where anything within its radius is utterly annihilated. And we're going to go through these rings. I don't really need to because I already have the lasers, but wanted to show what happens when you do that. Pepe's warning us that there's enemies up ahead. My charge lasers already on that. And I'm going to take advantage of the meteors hiding the enemies, and I'll use it to shoot them down. But I unfortunately wasn't able to shoot down all of them, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. We just keep on going through. If we had shot down all of the enemies, it would have given us a smart bomb.
Try a somersault.
And we'll use the somersault. And you'll notice that the image quality is actually pretty dang clean, and that's because, well, to be quite frank, I'm playing it on an emulator. Don't worry, I own this game 3 times, in fact. Once on the original N64, one on the Wii U, and one for the 3DS as the remake. And if you're wondering why I'm not using the 3DS remake to play this game, there are some graphical hiccups that make it look kinda off. So we're not going to be using that. And the reason I'm not using the Wii U emulations because there's a significant amount of input lag in there, and it really throws off my game when I play through this, and I want you to get the best experience possible. So that's why we're going with the emulator route. I'm not going to tell you which one I used, but you can probably guess. Anyways, we saved Pepe from a bunch of mooks. Now we're going to have more mooks coming at us, and they were kind enough to line up in a pattern, so we're going to use our charge shot. Keep on getting the points. Shot that a bit too early, but you know, we still got a good amount of points. Now we got these wire-making enemies coming up, and we'll blow them up. Entering another one of these spinning asteroids? Don't really know what to call them. We'll throw that bomb out there, take out a bunch of those wire-making enemies again. They were supposed to make a crisscross of the wires, and it would make it hard to go through. And we got this butterfly enemy coming down. And what they would normally do is shoot out a ring of, it's best described as rainbow-colored energy balls. And they would slowly radiate out and move kind of erratically. And you have to fly in the middle of them to avoid damage. Got another formation of enemies. I don't like locking on to them there because it's not reliable to do that. It doesn't really want to try to lock on to the middle enemy. Alright, so you see those little blue gateways that just disappeared? That leads us to the secret path, but we're not going to use that. We're going to take this path, and every time you get a hit +7, that prompts a response from your teammates. And now we've even got some asteroids that are, turrets that are disguised as asteroids. We're using the smart bomb to clear out more of the enemies. I should also mention that grabbing a laser power-up repairs any damage that happens to your wings.
Cannot allow you to go any further.
If you hit like one side of one of the wings 3 times in a row, it will break off.
Enemy shield analyzed.
It's never too much of a problem though, but it's worth
See what you've
mentioning.
got.
Now we got the boss of this level to go against. It's the Meteo Crusher. And if you shoot that shield over there, it does that. It reflects your attacks back at you.
I thought.
And this guy is being patronizing.
How will
So we broke off that little energy shield, so we're waiting for that middle power-up to appear. Take it out before the next salvo of cascading energy flies at us.
I'm no match.
And he's telling us he's surrendering.
I admit.
Now here's a nice fact. If you don't have Falco, he won't be here to say this.
Are you gonna listen to that monkey?
Instead, he'll just go on with the attack as normal, and the boss will say something along the lines of, "If this doesn't work,"
I can't believe.
and we took him out too.
Sorry to jet, but I'm in a hurry.
That's an awfully cold thing to say to someone who's about to, be incinerated by an explosion. But we'll go with it, because that's just a cool thing to do.
I'm fine.
And now we've got the comments that everyone's going to say now that we have beaten the man.
Ah, you're getting better, Fox.
And Falco, actually, let's go with this first. Each of your teammates will give you a status on how they're doing based on how much health they have, and the lower it gets, the more frantic they get. Falco's the exception. He'll comment based on how much health he has compared to you. So if you have more health than he does, he'll say like, you're doing better. If you have less than he does, he'll say, I guess you're good for something. But then if he starts taking more damage, it'll get low enough where he'll be like, see, this ship, does it look okay to you?
You can also lock on the enemies
Alright,
this
so
way.
now we're going through the actual warps, and you'll see we're starting to spin a little bit, and it's going faster and faster. And now we are going into the warp zone. And this takes us completely past the normal boss, and we're going to Katina with this route. But again, we're not actually going to go to Katina, we're going to continue along the normal route. And this area of space is actually very bizarre. You can see there's the warbling effect in the background, 64 explosion, and a whole bunch of multicolored asteroids. Nothing in this place makes sense. We even got like little balls with enemies sticking out of them. Yeah, this is actually I don't know if it is a reference, but it could be a reference to the original Super Nintendo game where you had the black hole, and when you went inside that area, it tended to be just as bizarre as it is in here. Getting close to the end of this place. I'm gonna use a bomb to clear it up over there. And we got a final group of baddies over there. And we'll take down these asteroids. Racking up the score total like that. Alright. And we beat the second area. With that, we will be moving on to Vegeta in the next episode. And I would like to thank you once again for tuning into this episode of the Playlog. It's actually quite a nice time going through this game. And I will see you again on the next episode. So, farewell.